Hi, I'm Quincas and I'm a synth DIY guy. Welcome to your channel for modular synthesizers, synth DIY, and new technologies applied to music and sound design. If you like that sort of thing, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, join my Patreon, etc. Today I have the honor to introduce to you the brand new Erica Synths Black VCO2, which is an improvement on the Black VCO1. It features improved tracking and stability, and also a few bells and whistles. For example, now you have a saw shape that allows you to change the waveform coming out of the saw output. We'll have a look at this in a few minutes. There's also now a switch to select between linear and exponential FM. The previous version only had exponential frequency modulation. You also get a mod switch that selects between saw and pulse width modulation. This module is perfectly compatible with the already existing Black VCO Expander, which allows you to mix and match the different waveforms. So you get attenuators for the sine triangle level, which you choose with this switch over here, which one goes there, the saw level and the pulse level. You have an attenuator for the sub level, a crossfader called submix here, which lets you mix in the two sub octaves that you get, 1 octave below and 2 octaves below. So you can get one or the other or a mix of both. Note that the Black VCO2 only outputs 1 sub octave. The second one is generated in the expander. And there's a sub color control as well, which is a filter for just the sub output. You get a separate output for just the second octave. You get an output for the mixed subs, and you get the main output, which is the full mix of all 6 controls here. So let's have a look and a listen. We're already looking here at the triangle wave that comes out of there. You can see that it's perfectly symmetrical, no glitch on the tip. Let's listen to that wave. There we go. You get an added octave too with the octave switch here. The previous version had only 5. You get 7 octave positions with this one. So here's -3, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, +3. And the tracking is pretty impressive over the entire range. You get the sine wave as well. Very nice, clean sine wave. Here's the pulse wave. And here we have something interesting, which is the modulation switch. So there's a built-in LFO here that is modulating that pulse width. It's normaled to the pulse width CV. So I can use this attenuator over here to determine how much of that modulation is being applied. It's a fixed frequency, LFO, so it's just meant to sort of animate that waveform. You can make it pretty extreme by just turning up that knob over there. So here's the saw wave, and you have an interesting control over the wave shape of the saw here. And you can apply that internal modulator to the saw as well, see? Which makes it sort of a super saw. Hey, why don't we synchronize my oscilloscope with the pulse wave here so that we can have a better view of what's going on. So that's pretty cool. You can have this living wave that's changing over time. It can be pretty radical too. And again, this is normaled to the saw CV input. If I were to plug a cable here, that interrupts that normalization. The middle position of the switch lets you apply that modulation to both waves. So why don't we move our output over to the expander now, where we can mix both the pulse wave and the saw wave. And as you can see, you can apply built-in modulation to both the pulse width and the saw shape simultaneously. Cool thing about the expander as well is that I can add in some of that sine wave or triangle wave, and I can blend in some sub octave. Right now we are listening to the -2 octaves, 2 octaves below. We can change that to just 1 octave. or we can have a blend of both, and we can filter out that sub quite a bit. Bring these levels down for the main oscillator so we can focus a little bit on that sub. As you can hear, you can filter it quite a bit, so you have a little sun and moon here indicating dark and bright. Super nice oscillator, and I have it connected to my keyboard here. There are so many wave shaping possibilities in this module that you don't necessarily even need a filter in order to create interesting timbres. And why don't we plug in the envelope generator to the CV input here. Let's give it a little bit of spring reverb from the Black Spring Reverb module right here. Do a little sequence here. Play around a little bit. Super nice. Endless possibilities there. So the saw shape control, if you have the mod switch on pulse width modulation, it becomes a manual control over that saw shape. Super cool, right? What does it sound like going through a filter? Let's check that out. Unplug it from the VCA, plug it into the Erica multimode VCF filter. We'll take the low pass output and plug it back in here. Make it brighter now. Bring down that sine wave, a little bit more of the saw. Modulate both pulse width and saw shape. Now let's split our CV between my two VCOs here. The DIY Polyvox inspired VCO. Now we can use the sync input on the Black 2 and synchronize it to the Polyvox. There we go. Cool sync sounds. Let's turn down the modulation right now. Now if we remove the volt per octave input from Black 2, let's check out that FM input, and we'll control both oscillators. Let's turn down some of the harsher waves here. Turn down the resonance on the filter. No sub. Interesting. The middle wave here, in the middle position of the sine tri-switch, you get this sort of M shape. Really cool. So now we can dial in some cool FM time sounds. So that's the advantage of the linear input, is that you can stay in tune relatively while creating FM sounds. In fact, if we take the output straight from the sine here, we can get a cleaner. Let's change the sequence. I got a little bored with this one. Very cool. Why don't we send an LFO to the FM in of the modulator. Very cool. And how about a sample and hold into the saw CV here. Let's bring that saw shape into the mix. We'll take the output of the expander again. Very cool. Let's apply filter envelope. Ooh, nice. Sweet. Now, of course, if I turn it to exponential and we get into noisy territory, we're no longer in tune. It could still be pretty cool. And here's your attenuator for that. some sub. Linear FM, exponential. Yeah, very cool. At this point I have the filter all open. To add some resonance. This is so much fun. Seriously, with all the crazy modules that I have, I still have the most fun just FMing oscillators. Super cool. Endless analog sound shaping possibilities here. Turn off the FM again. Oh man, this thing sounds so nice. Let's skip the filter again. Just the VCO again. So nice. No sub. And here's the sub. Blending that sine wave and inverting it makes quite a difference. So yeah, I think this is it for now. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you like the Black VCO2. Alright, see you soon, and stay noisy.